Hello, captains, and welcome back to Temporal Star Chronicle. And we're gonna do something fun today. First of all, we're gonna continue playing our Temporal Cadet storyline. We are somewhere in the middle of the tutorial, so we need to finish that. This is part 2 today. Now, I don't know how many parts we're going to have. Let me just move this a little bit. I don't know how many parts we're going to have, so it might be 2 parts, it might be 4 parts, depending on how fast do I finish the game. Um, so because we are, um, I'm sorry, I have to just change some little things when it comes to streaming because something is lagging up here, so I don't want it to lag during the stream. Now, let's talk about fun parts, right? Like I said, we're gonna be jumping into the Temporal Cadet, and Jesus Christ, everything's falling apart currently. Anyways, um, were you prepared for the stream? Of course I was prepared for the stream. I just wasn't prepared for everything falling apart right before I started the stream, which is kind of fun. You know, at least it gives life some spice, so we can play with it. Anyways, um, I was just cleaning my inventory in Star Trek Online, and there are a couple of things out there that I really don't need. All of my characters have it. I'm not going to be creating any more characters on the main channel. Um, sure, I could send them to this channel, which is this character and this account, which is free to play. But I was thinking, how about we make it fun? So, why don't we have a little giveaway game? Um, Here are some of the rules. So, of course, you can't see anything because Jesus Christ, my background disappeared somewhere. Huh, would you look at that? Anyways, so basically, it's let me just move this here. Maybe you can see it better. Again, were you prepared to do this? Of course. I pre-planned it, and it had like a background and everything. So, let's put it over the... No. Okay. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Now you can read it. Hopefully. Let's put it right here. Okay, now at least you can see how the sausage is made, which is always fun, isn't it? Anyways, so I will be announcing the prize um, drawings during the stream. We'll do this 3 times. And I was thinking about, like, maybe I could use something like a chat bot that can maybe pick a winner or something. And I was messing around with some chat bots, and I really didn't like it because at the end of the day, it was kind of spamming things, and I just didn't want to play with it. Um, you could always trust my word on it, but not so sure. Anyways, here's how we're gonna do it. I'll tell you about 30 to 60 seconds before. I'm gonna tell you get ready. All you need to do is type in hashtag Temporal Star Chronicle. You can see it on the screen here, and um, you can win one of the 3 prizes. What are the prizes? So I'm going to be giving away a tier 5 ship, your choice. You get to tell me which one of those beauties you want. I'm going to be also giving away the Chemosite. Tactical manual. I will be giving you all 3 levels of the tactical manual. So level 1, 2, and 3. And finally, I'll be giving away the Gamma Quadrant Cadre duty officers and the Tholian duty officer. Tholian is just one duty officer. So, how are we going to do this? Like I said, I'm going to give you like a 60-second kind of warning. Don't hold me for a word. It's like not I'm not actually going to be counting down. And I will just put engage in a chat. And once I do that, the first person that is subscribed to this channel and puts in Temporal Star Chronicle, hashtag Temporal Star Chronicle in, wins the first ship. Then we'll go to the manuals and finally to duty officers. Okay, so that's going to be fun. We can play around with it. Anyways, now that we got that other way, how you guys doing? What's going on? You know, I really had a fun day today. I kind of had a very stubborn client. And it's funny. Usually it's kind of a pain when you have clients like that. Oh, for all of you who don't know, I'm a graphic designer, so I tend to work in my kind of line of work is mostly the corporate marketing type. Maybe that's why I'm seeing shampoo commercials in Starfleet Academy teasers. I don't know. Maybe it's just the professional deformation of my mind that I get to see, no matter what I'm watching, I'm seeing commercials, shampoo commercials. So I was kind of having fun with this one person, and funny enough, they actually reminded me of myself when I was a kid. I used to do this stuff like my parents, my parents. I was a good kid. I wasn't like annoying kid, or I never had a temper tantrum, but I was stubborn. And if I didn't want to do something, there was absolutely nothing you could do to me, that you can tell me, that you can punish me in order for me to actually do it. I would just say nope, and that would be it. And I would just stand there and like, yeah, it's interesting. Now, this person is obviously not a child, but I don't know, something in in conversation with them kind of reminded me of that. And I was like, okay, this is fun. I guess this is how my parents felt every time I was so freaking stubborn. But all of us have good days and bad days, even the kids. Okay, so that kind of led me to, once I came home, I was just ready for some fun. And yeah, I already played a little bit of the Star Trek Online. That's how I generally unwind after a big day. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch something. So I decided to randomly pick an episode. Like literally randomly pick it. And you know which episode I landed on? Absolutely the most insane episode of Star Trek Well, besides Spock's brain, but actually I love this one. That one. There's gonna a lot of different reasons. Maybe someday we're gonna talk about it. But with Voyager, I got the Voyager Threshold, and I was watching at the screen, and I'm like, really? You gonna watch Threshold? And I did. You know what? Why not? And it's funny every time I'm watching episodes like Voyager, Voyager's Threshold. I'm like, maybe this time I'm gonna catch something. Maybe I missed something. You know what? No, I definitely didn't. I didn't miss anything. It's still as bonkers as it was like 30 years ago. Now, without any further ado, I've been yapping around for like the last 15 minutes. Let me just pin this one so people know what we're doing. Okay. Great. We have pinned this one. And now let's move on to actually play some game. Hmm? Okay, great. Did I go with the wrong character?
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while. It's in a tactically sensitive part of the quadrant, and the brass is getting concerned. Get out there, find out what you can, and render assistance if needed. And hey, be careful, okay? This could go sideways, fast.
Okay. You know, please tell me that this is not working. You gotta be kidding me. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to Okay, sorry guys. I mean, it is my third stream ever. So, I prepped everything and everything worked like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. And now suddenly nothing is working for some reason. What do I talk about? I talked about unwinding, which is always fun. You know? This is a way to unwind.
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while. It's an attack. If needed. And hey, be careful, okay? This could go sideways. Fast.
Okay,
Stay safe out there.
I will, sir. Of course, I'll stay safe out there. Jesus Christ, now everything is moved. Didn't I? Yes, yeah. I know I have turned off these tooltips. Anyways, Threshold. What do you think about that episode? It's so fun and so weird. I mean, Jesus. The point of that episode basically is, you know what? If you drive a wee bit too fast, you're gonna turn into salamander. I don't know why it's so hard for Star Trek to figure out evolution, because evolution is not devolving, it's evolving. But somehow, whenever sci-fi tends to talk about evolution, we turn into lizards. Who knows? Maybe the Gorn are the peak of, evolution. Who knows? Okay, let's get on with the story.
We've arrived near Deep Space K-13, Captain. This is odd. I'm not picking up any comm traffic. No signals, nothing at all, from K-13 or the other ships in system. Sensors aren't detecting enemy vessels or warp signatures. No signs of combat either. This is peculiar. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Yeah, me neither. So this is fun. I like actually out of all the I think
Captain, the other ships are raising shields and charging weapons.
and we will too. I really like out of all the cadets, I think Temporal storyline is my favorite. Cause it kinda I don't know. Maybe it's just because I really do love STO aesthetic. STO, listen to me. I meant to say TOS, but it's kind of the same thing.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, this is gonna take some time. Thank you. Making a little bit of a dent. Thank you. Now we can move on to the other. Let's try to speed this up a little bit.
Target's shields have failed.
So we just need to stay right there. Come on. This is really not a good ship for broadsiding, but I really do love broadsiding. How about that announcement? Did you hear about the fire at
All
will
ships disabled,
extender?
Captain.
You know, I kind of don't like it when they put it on promo ships. And look,
Captain, those were the Starfleet ships assigned to patrol this sector. I don't think that was a war game or training sim. Their weapons were at full power.
Stay away! They're taking control! Don't come near us! They'll take you too! This station came from the station.
Message from Starfleet Command, Captain. We're to investigate the situation immediately.
okay, we were investigating. And it's kind of, I watched, I think, Stu 1701. I also watched Casual SAB's video, and
No signs of combat on board the station, Captain. No hostile life form readings either. Everything's quiet. Sensors are picking up a number of life signs over there, but I'm not reading any unusual activity. All of the station systems seem to be functioning normally. Think we should beam over and have a look around?
yeah, sure. I watched like I said, I watched today Stu's video, Casual SAB's video, and I think even Trizander also put a video out. I still haven't watched it yet. I can imagine if you've been playing this game for so long and you've been asking for a simple extender for beams, basically. We're talking about, extending the duration for the
I
beams.
don't like this. No one's at their duty stations.
And they
Not
give
even-
you that and they put it on a promo ship? That's really not cool. What do I need to do? I need to look for the crew. Well, I would if you let me out. Okay, apparently
Those blast points on the
I
wall
can
are
just walk
phaser.
through the
The lights
door.
have all been dimmed, but it looks like sickbay is still operational. Over to the right.
Someone was expecting a fight. Against whom or what? I have no idea. Captain, I think I saw motion in that room to the left.
Stop where you are and turn about slowly. I need to determine if you are infected. Neural parasites. A life form last encountered by the crew of the Enterprise at Deneva Colony. Those possessed by the creatures tend to engage in hostilities with the uninfected, the better to render them fit for infestation. Temet, and while you have not engaged in hostilities thus far, I have seen infected employ false passivity in order to lure unwary prey. A tricorder scan of your adrenaline levels should verify your status. Scans show a slightly elevated level of adrenaline, though nowhere near that of an infected life form. Thank you for your patience. One can never be too cautious where these parasites are concerned. According to Starfleet data files, the parasites can be safely destroyed by exposure to high-intensity ultraviolet light. My attempts at reconfiguring the station's lighting thus far have been unsuccessful. I am a physician, not a habitat engineer. As a precaution, I have developed a serum that can render a person toxic to the creatures. However, medical supplies here are limited. I have enough serum to inoculate your landing party and one other person.
Perhaps we can find someone else via the comm system.
there's a voice I wasn't expecting. I take it you heard my distress call then. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neuroparasites. The wee devil. I'm afraid not. I'm in the auxiliary control room, down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
Yeah,
I have
sure.
secured a small amount of security gear. It may give you another edge against the parasites.
Excellent. Now. Okay.
If we pass through the mess hall, we can access a turbo lift to reach engineering. Whenever you are ready.
Let's see what we got here. Let me... Okay, you need the bodysuit. And you need the bodysuit. Great. Now we have everything set up, so we can move on. And like, I was watching their reactions. They really weren't happy about it. I mean, I genuinely do get it. It's kind of weird.
These crew members, they're all infected by the parasites. Be careful.
So we got a lot of twins here. Boy, I really love this. Oh my god.
The creatures continue to be resistant to tricorder scans, sir. It may be fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons nearby. Based on these readings, it is possible that a temporal event has occurred on the station within the last 4.2 hours.
Okay, let's move on. Well, let's move on. I mean, that wasn't really nice, right? Come on, we could have done better. I think if there is some Zen ship or something that you can actually buy this extent. I mean, yeah, there are. Stu was talking about 2 others, and they're kind of a hassle. So, I don't know. I mean, look, am I going to buy this ship? No. Here's a... I really don't like that ship. I mean, it's just... I don't know. Too bulky, too big, too... And it really doesn't have anything to do with, you know, like, being from Discovery. Well, maybe it's got something to do with it. I haven't watched... I think this is from Season 5, right? If I'm not right, please correct me, but I think this is Season 5 storyline. And look, I bailed out on Discovery during Season 1. So I need to take a turbo lift, and turbo lift is where exactly? Not there. Okay, let's get to turbo lift. So that aesthetic really doesn't
The auxiliary
look
control
good to
station
me.
is down the hall to our right.
Thank you. Down the hall to our right. Okay. Here's the
Hi
Scotty.
there. It's good to see a friendly face.
Great.
Ah, there you are. I was beginning to get a bit concerned. Thought you might have been taken by those little beasties. I'll just lock the door so none of them can get in while we discuss our next course of action. Now that you're here, we've some work to do. The way I see it, we need to get to main engineering and turn on the station's ultraviolet lighting. That'll sort the nasty buggers out properly.
While I cannot attest to the ability of UV light to sort Denivan parasites, it will initiate a complete molecular breakdown within all parasites exposed to it.
Aye, she's a Vulcan, all right. I was trying to override the lighting controls from here. It looks like someone sabotaged several duotronic relays. We have to repair them if we're going to have any chance of saving the station. Before we go, grab yourself a kit from the crate there. It might come in handy.
Okay, let's grab another kit.
Aye, this is one of the broken relays, right here. That one was easy. Just a few more to go. All right, there are several ways through the engineering section here.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Now I'm gonna get constantly lost.
Remember, the parasites like the dark. We devils that they are. I'll have this fixed up straight away.
Okay, great. Anyways, I don't know. It was just weird.
That takes care of that. No trouble at all.
Like I said, it would have been nice to have an extender for beams. I really do love beams. And it kind of sucks when you want to build like a better ship and maybe that has a little bit more power. And you gotta pick and choose other stuff, right? So, I don't know. That would have been nice. Really, I got myself in a sticky situation. So let's go back. Right there.
This one just needs new fuses.
That would have been nice. I don't know. What do you think about Discovery? I tried to get back into it. I heard a lot of people were talking about season 2 like it was better. I think I watched like 2 episodes and that was it. And I was like done. I just couldn't. I don't know, maybe it was too boring. It felt like they were stretching a storyline across, what was it? Discovery had 15 or 18 episodes. Or am I imagining that? Something along that line. They were kind of really stretching it, and I was like, nope. So I tried to go back both season 2 and season 3. But I think I lasted for like 2 episodes, and that was it. And I heard a lot of people were talking about season 5. It was great, and I have it like queued up, but I still haven't Still haven't tried. I just didn't have the time. I don't know, once you kind of give up on a show, it's really freaking hard to go back. Just don't care about it anymore. And now it's done, so I don't know. Unless there is something I really, really need to watch, an episode that's going to explain everything that I saw somewhere else. Maybe, but that's not gonna be happening anytime soon. And maybe that's just annoying, you know? Maybe I should give it a shot, but I really don't feel like it.
It looks like someone has overridden the command codes. You best get to the command center and see what you can do from there. I'll stay here, barricade the door, and keep trying to get those UV lights going.
Yeah, this is going to definitely
Who are
be
those soldiers? They're definitely
four-part
not Starfleet.
series. Yeah, I can. What? I got a bomb too.
Get the lights while the commander's down.
Where are the lights? Where the hell are... Oh. Okay. Moron. I think I might be rewatching this episode later on. Yeah, this is definitely going to be 3 or 4 part, especially since I had like 15 minutes of trouble this time around.
They're dying.
Oh my god, you
Salvage
fugly.
what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
Okay, lady. So now let's use our bombs. Great. We managed to get them all.
We need to talk. Actually, the name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting. That's why I'm here now. The aliens we're fighting are called the Nakul, and they're waging a temporal Cold War with us. They're trying to change the timeline here in order to disrupt the future. Understand that I follow a temporal version of the Prime Directive. There's only so much I can reveal to you. Trust that we're doing the right thing here. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting.
You know, this is a nice touch. This is what I'm talking about. I really like this storyline. They have these nice touches. I mean, just a few minutes ago we had a line, you know, I am a doctor, not an engineer. Ooh, where did I hear that before? And now we have Daniels. Like, that's nice way of like putting the stuff and legacy back in an episode.
The Nakul ship that brought these invaders is now fighting the USS Ptolemy. Someone must have sent a distress call. Unfortunately, Ptolemy is no match for the Nakul. Neither is your ship, at least not alone. We should eliminate the parasites on the ships you fought earlier. Those crews will help you once their minds are their own again.
We can return to the ship on your order.
Yes, let's return to the ship. Anyways, I like it when they add those nice nods when they're not trying to change everything. Like, You know, the point of
The Ptolemy is holding them
loving
at
Star
Gulag while
Trek
we
is
rescue the
because
other
it
ship,
is Star
but
Trek.
they won't last long.
I'm transferring command codes to you now. Use them to remotely access the computer on those disabled ships and emit an ultraviolet flash inside.
And it
This
is
Captain Sorrell from the
actually
Ptolemy.
quite
We have engaged the enemy
densely.
ship, but we are outmatched. Please restore those ships and join the fight quickly.
That did it, Captain. Looks like everyone's coming around. The parasites are gone.
This is Captain Doherty of the USS Myrmidon. What happened? What's going on? Parasites? What? Okay, sorry. We're right behind you, Captain. Lead the way.
Okay.
Something's wrong. We're not doing any damage.
They have some kind of temporal shielding.
Temporal shielding? Never heard of it. But maybe a modulated ion burst could disrupt it.
And Scotty to the rescue, like always.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield.
I just need to get as many torpedoes as I can. Great.
4 shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Fine work, Captain. You sent those devils back to wherever they came from. Aye, we do have a wee problem, however. The burst I sent, when combined with the power source, created a feedback pulse. The feedback is creating some kind of spatial anomaly, which is beginning to pull the station in. We need to evacuate, immediately.
It is really dense story, and I like it.
Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride. Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows.
Everyone, including 3 people.
There she goes. I don't think anyone's ever seen a station do that.
Captain, before K-13 was pulled into the vortex, I picked up a few distress signals from inside the station.
Perhaps not. After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive. In another time. Well then, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Neural parasites, time-traveling raiders. Why, things will seem almost normal once I'm back on the Enterprise. Speaking of, I'm sure the ships here can give me a lift back to her now that they're parasite-free. If Starfleet Command gives you any grief on this, remind them that lives are more valuable than equipment. And you saved a lot of lives today.
Thanks,
I apologize for springing all of this on you at the last minute, and I'll explain more as soon as I can. For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. You're building a fine tradition of making the right decisions in crisis situations. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline.
System scans clear, Captain. Looks like everything's getting back to normal. We can leave the system on your orders.
Let me get this straight. K-13, an entire space station, just disappeared into some type of spatial anomaly? And I thought some of Kirk's after-action reports were a little out there. Starfleet Command won't be pleased with the loss of K-13, or the people that were still on board. But they'll be happy to hear about the lives you did save. Good work out there. Keep it up. Stay safe.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We have a problem at Babel. Caridian rebels have taken several Federation trade officials hostage. They're threatening to kill them unless the UFP withdraws from the Corridan sector. I'd like you to work with the negotiation team to try to resolve this peacefully. I have some new orders for you.
Okay, that will have to wait. Okay, so that was part 2. Unfortunately, we're almost at the end. So I had some technical issues today, and we only got to play part 2. Now, if anybody's interested in getting one of those 3 little rewards, you should get ready. All you have to do is be a subscriber, and once I put engage in the chat, you need to type in Temporal Star Chronicle in order to get reward. I'll contact you via DM, or you can contact me. It doesn't matter which way is better, and we can figure it out. How about that? Again, 3 prizes are up for grab. So, let's go. Well, I guess nobody wants any of these prizes. Look, I get it. You don't want it. It's fine. We're just gonna roll it to the next week. There's still a little bit of time. You know, if there is one good thing about this stream tonight, I kind of figured out what is going to be, how to set up the stream properly. So tomorrow I won't be messing around for like 15 minutes trying to re-establish everything I just re-established 15 minutes before that. So that's kind of fun. Anyways, it's been nice chatting. Well, I was chatting to myself, and I guess there are like 3 people listening, literally. Anyways, it was a really, really fun time. I really love playing this um, storyline. I think it's probably the best of Cadet um, events, and I don't know why. There's something about it. Um, Klingon recruit is fun, but the first episodes are first missions. I'm sorry, I keep calling them the episodes, but they're missions. The first missions are way too janky, and you can literally feel the age of the game. Um, so that's okay. The Delta recruit, I don't know, it kind of went too breezy for me. It's fun, but um, with Delta Recruit, I really like the Romulan storyline. That one is definitely like the most engaging. Um, it's fun. It's really fun, but also a little bit janky. Um, when it comes to the game mechanics and everything else, but the story itself was really good. Um, Gamma Recruit, it's fun, but I don't know. This one, maybe it's because it's TOS, and I really have a uh, soft spot for both TOS and Voyager. And make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. TOS and Voyager. Yeah, and I don't know. Voyager is probably because, you know, the one problem I think everybody has with Voyager is that characters were not allowed to grow, to progress. Every single season, we get Harry Kim falling in love with definitely somebody he shouldn't be falling in love, and Tom Paris doing something he shouldn't be doing, and like we had these constantly repeating storylines, and I get it, but learning about actually that the bigwigs at what was it, UPN, or I just made that up. I think it was UPN station. They had this idea that none of the characters could ever progress. So I don't know, if you were a new viewer at the season 5, you wouldn't be confused. I mean, seriously, guys, season 5, it's okay. I mean, at that point, you are going to be confused. I have never met anybody who jumped into season 5 and was like, no, I get it. Everything is fine. I can understand everything. So, because of that, I don't know. It feels like they didn't get the chance to tell their story the way they wanted to. Like there were always these shackles and chains around, and it's really weird. And that's why I guess Voyager, I'll always have a soft spot for Voyager. It's really, really. I hope we can do something about it. Look, that's why I actually did love Prodigy. I mean, it's not a Voyager show, but they might have called it that way. It was. I know lower decks people love that show, and I can recognize. I watched some of the episodes. I can recognize how good it is. But oh my god, I know it's too. It was always too busy for me, and I just get a headache. And it really, this time around, it really doesn't have anything to do with show. I can see how good it is, and it is actually funny, but just like that type of humor, and it's not even a humor. It's, I think, the speed of it that it's too chaotic for me, and I just never could have gotten into it. So that was kind of weird. But it's a great show. But Prodigy, man, I loved Prodigy. Prodigy was definitely the best show, and of course it was canceled. We'll never get Star Trek Legacy, and we never get Prodigy season 3. I don't know. So, anyways, it's been great time. So basically, I should probably title this stream Temporal Star Chronicle and Captain Maya learning how to stream. That would be probably more appropriate than anything else. So, to anybody who was around during this stream, thank you. And let's try this tomorrow, but with maybe a little bit better results, so I don't mess up so badly as I did in the beginning. And as always, captains, be curious like you. No, stay curious like you. Jesus Christ, my brain literally stopped working in the middle of a sentence. Let's try this again. Stay curious like you, honorable like a Klingon, logical like a Vulcan, and never stop looking at the stars. Because we're Trekkies, and that's what we do. Yeah, definitely should go to bed. My brain definitely stopped working. Anyways, see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Same place.